This is Paul Turner, the immigration barrister at Imperium Chambers. Now for something different, as I used to say on a very old TV programme. I'm not going to be talking about TOEIC or Balagajari, though I will be in the future, in particular around about TOEIC, because the refusals still keep coming, the appeals keep coming, and the Home Office, in my case, generally tends to keep losing. But more of that on another day. Today I want to talk about a couple of other matters of a slightly more positive nature. One in which individuals who may not have been allowed into the United Kingdom can come to the United Kingdom, and individuals who are in the United Kingdom might be able to stay and work in the United Kingdom post qualifications. The government trumpeting this as a new idea or an expansion of idea, but for those of us who have been doing immigration, this is really a return to the past, where individuals could come over and work, and where students could carry on working in the United Kingdom after passing certain exams. Turning to the first one, the Home Secretary announced what the Sun referred to as a Vindaloo Visa, which is directed at chefs from the subcontinent, because apparently there's a dearth of curry houses. Apparently they're closing two a week, and that's due to the inability for the restaurants to be able to recruit people. The wages at the £35,000 limit are being too high for the businesses, and so therefore they've been shutting. Though, given the amount of curry houses around where I am, I doubt that I'll starve to death in the near future, notwithstanding the Home Secretary's generous concession. The concession essentially is that there will be places open for chefs to come and work in the United Kingdom, and they'll be permitted to work in the United Kingdom, but they won't have to meet the £35,000 threshold. Now, on the face of it, that's a good thing. I don't know the details or the ins and outs of this particular policy, and what caveats, what catches there are. Once I see a published document, then I'll provide further information. But whilst the Secretary of State's making a big fuss about it, I recall not so many years ago that this was a regular route into the United Kingdom, whereby restaurants that cooked Asian food, not only curries, somewhat insulting to say that they're curry houses, because the menus often contain more than the word curry when you open it, in my experience. But as I say, it is a positive move in that regard, and to say further information I will provide as soon as I'm aware of it, or it will be freely available on the government's website. The second matter I intend to deal with quite shortly is that the government has now decided to bring back to life, as it were, the post-study work visa. Now, there's one thing this government, or many of the governments, not just this government, like to do, and that's they like to change the name of the same thing. So it's now trumpeted that graduates from certain universities, or that have qualified, can stay in the United Kingdom. Now, that used to be called the post-study work route, and you'd be granted 2 years after you finished your qualifications to study in the United Kingdom. Before that, it used to be the International Graduate Scheme. But rather than just saying we're putting back into place the PSW and perhaps reenacting or bringing back into law the previous rules, they've decided to call it the graduate route. But from what I've seen, it remains pretty much as the PSW. The individuals, strangely enough, it says, including those from India, as if India is somehow different to the rest of the world, have valid immigration status as a student and have successfully completed a course in any subject at undergraduate level or above as an approved UK education advisor, will be allowed to work for 2 years in the United Kingdom in any career or any position of their choice. So that, on the face of it, is good news. Again, I haven't seen the guidance, I haven't seen what the forms look like, I don't know how they're going to be applied. What I would say is that if you fall into this category, and I hope many of you do or will fall into this category, what I would advise is that you go and see a regulated, properly efficient immigration lawyer so that you can make the application properly, because this is just taking a wild stab in the dark. I would imagine that it will be incorporated into the point system, or even if it's not incorporated into the point system, I would bet money that the Home Office do not grant a right of appeal against a refusal, given the fact that over the last 20 or so years I've seen the right of appeal being stripped away, usually after the Home Office loses a lot of appeals. Rather than improve the quality of the decision making, someone has the bright idea, if you just take away the right of appeal, then that solves the problem of negative statistics and bad press. But again, that's probably a cynic's view, perhaps I've been doing this for too long. But in any event, and just summarising it, there are two, on the face of it, and we don't know the details, positive aspects. One is people that can earn less than 35,000 will be allowed into the United Kingdom to work as chefs, which is, as I say, something we had in the past, so that's a positive thing. And secondly, undergraduates won't just get 4 months after the end of their degree and then be told to go home. They'll be allowed to work in the United Kingdom, all part of the government's policy, stated policy of attracting the brightest and the best. What I do is I hope that it does attract the brightest and the best, and I hope that people take advantage of it. But please make sure that the application is made properly, because if it's not, then I don't foresee the government adopting a liberal approach and allowing applications with documents missing. That would be a 180-degree turn from what I've seen over the last 10 years, where things have become more restrictive. So, two pieces of potentially good news. I'll give you more information when I have it. If you do qualify, make sure you apply properly. Make sure you go to somebody that knows what they're doing. If you have, and as I say, if you have a problem, an immigration problem, or a member of your family has an immigration problem, please do not hesitate to contact me, Paul Turner at Imperium Chambers on 0207 242 3488. This has been Paul Turner, the Immigration Barrister.